Hello, everybody. We're going to read some YouTube comments from last week. We love this part of the week. Get to react to the community, have a good time, go over some hate if there is any hate, and there's a little bit of hate. We love to see it. So today, let's get into it. And if you want to be in this video in the future, just gotta leave a comment on one of my videos from the week before, I guess, and maybe you'll make it in if your comment is good enough. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We'll start here with Tesmic commenting about my Is Bandai Gaslighting Digimon community video. They keep mentioning the card pool. The issue is Digimon TCG is very young. If they are having trouble managing now, how are they going to be doing in another 2 years? The other big issue is they always ban around cards and they don't want to hit high rarity cards, so these lists always feel extremely half-assed. And finally, if Bandai thinks the game is too fast, they need to stop printing blatantly better cards. The game won't slow down when they keep printing accelerants. Everything here is true. Like, it literally is. If you keep pressing the gas pedal, you're just going to keep going faster, right? Until you either decide to brake or you are stopped. You know what I mean? So that's true. And the Digimon TCG is young. It's only 5 years old. You know, if this is the power scale of the game now, I don't even want to think about what it'll be in 10 years. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, it's all true and it's all reason to be concerned. I completely agree. And the ban list should do more. I've been an advocate for very big ban lists, especially now, because there's a lot of uncontrollable factors at this part in the Digimon's trading card game life cycle. Dr. Paul Sanala. I get the rush argument, I do. I can see it being a health issue. But I will keep arguing that Garuda X and ignoring Growl X is by far the most tone-deaf thing Bandai has done in a long minute. I also still agree that I don't know how you play Royal Knight without 4 Purge. I don't know, I'll hear an argument for it at least. I admit I could be wrong, but definitely not my first point. I won't move on. Yeah, no. Garuda X getting a hit is sad. Makes me sad. Not hitting Growl X is definitely the biggest beef the community has with the ban list. As for the Royal Knights of the Purge, you know, the Royal Knights of the Purge doesn't need the Purge to win the game. Will it help you? Sure. Will it auto-win you the game? No, it won't. You know, all it's intended to do, that card, is to help facilitate your Royal Knight plays and give you a little bit of a consistency boost. But, like, Royal Knights doesn't really need that. It's fine. You know, we've done a little bit of Digimon since the ban list here. And, like, we were a Royal Knight player. And it feels like nothing's changed. So, I don't know. Do with that as you will. Royal Knights of the Purge just seems like it's not that big of a deal to hit. It just doesn't do enough, one way or the other. But it's there, you know, for power creep and, you know, whatever. Whatever they said, sure. Moving right along. Now, this is a good one. This is probably the comment of the day from Angry Patriot. Have you done a video dedicated solely on how to fix the game speed? I know you have repeatedly criticized the state of the game speed. First of all, I do want to take the Ashes Fall comment saying that I haven't had a relevant opinion in years. I haven't played competitively in a while. Man. You know, he doesn't comment enough anymore, because I get a little giggle whenever he comments, and it's a good time. I enjoy it. But let me explain to you why I've not made this video. I will tell you that I have all the ideas. I have it all laid out. I know exactly how the game could be fixed. However, making a video like that on this channel is irrelevant and wouldn't do anything. I will explain why. So this channel makes videos dedicated to an objective, logical purpose, something tangible, something you can walk away with and do with your life to move on. For example, if I make a market watch, it gives you indirect advice on how to make money with Digimon cards or how to save money through Digimon cards, right? If I make a video going over the next set and what I think about it, well, that's going to get people thinking, okay, maybe I get this from this set. Maybe I don't get this from this set. Maybe I buy a case. Stuff like that. If I make a video talking about, you know, the common review, like this video, it doesn't give you something to walk away with, but this is like my give back to the community. It lets the community know that I care about their opinions. Except for Ashes Fall. I don't really care about Ashes Fall opinions. They make me laugh. They're cool. but it's community give back, right? And if I make a video, even, like the freaking turning my Digimon card profit into stocks video, that's tangible because someone could see that. Someone could take what I'm doing and apply it to their life and maybe make something more out of it. It's got a logical purpose behind it. Another random video I make where I react to, certain cards gives you a purpose. Certain products, whether you buy it or not, gives you a purpose. All that kind of stuff. I didn't cover this comment, but I think it was Mox Moonstone who said my reacting to the Bandai comments on the ban list was old man shouting to the clouds. At least that video was going off of what Bandai said. It wasn't really shouting to the clouds. It was just analyzing Bandai's words. This video, if I made a video on how Mario would how Mario would improve and decrease the game speed of Digimon, that video is literally only shouting to the clouds, because that video doesn't matter. That video won't do anything. It's just going to give some opinion to go in some void somewhere. No one can do anything with it. All someone will do is just listen and say, I guess, or nope, and that's it. Bandai won't see it. Bandai doesn't care. Again, Bandai is selling the product, no problem. The game's getting faster and faster, but Bandai keeps selling product. And as long as people keep buying the product that Bandai is printing, Bandai will keep doing what they're doing with the game. And there's nothing we can do about it. Now, I will now answer the question, how do you fix the game speed? I'm going to give you the very brief points in this video, because this is a comment reviewing video, and I'm already way longer in this comment than I should be. If you people in the audience want to see the dedicated Mario shouts at the clouds at how to fix the game speed video, where I expand on the points I'm going to give you right now, leave it in the comments, and if enough people say they want to see it, I'll make the video. This is categorized into three parts. The first part is what Bandai can do with the cards that currently exist to fix the game pool. 2, cards that Bandai could print to address the speed of the game without necessarily fixing the current card pool, getting rid of the problems. And then there's a third section of things Bandai could implement, but these are things I would not recommend implementing because it would piss people off. Okay? So, section number 1, cleanup duty. You get rid of the cards that say you can't play the game. Bandai did this with freaking the Galaxy Dual Tamer. That's a card that says you can't play the game. Another card that they had a long time ago that said you couldn't play the game was Ice Wall. That card came out in EX1, and if you got Ice Walled enough, turn after turn, you were not playing the game, right? It presented an unfair advantage to the person who had the Ice Walls and who didn't have the Ice Walls, right? And it was annoying to play against. Bandai fixed that. But there are so many cards now that say you can't play the game, like Valderarm, which they kind of addressed on this ban list. Ruin Mode, just a 5k spread invalidates some decks from playing the game. But, I play decks where the Ruin Mode can do the 10k spread in one turn, and nothing can play the game at that point in time, right? So, and then cards with, random floodgates, like Mirage Galgamon BT11. They hit that card because some decks were unable to play the game. Things like Hexablow. Things like freaking Venusmon even. Cards that say you can't play the game on these big boss monsters that you can't interact with once they're set up need to go away. Rookie floodgates, the Psychmons and the Gazimons and the whatever, that stuff, it's not as bad as these big level 6, level 7 floodgate monsters that can't be dealt with once they're on the board. If you play a Psychmon, you can just blow it up really easily. You can't just stop a Ruin Mode spread, especially once it kills itself. You know what I mean? So you get rid of those cards and stop printing them. Get rid of the cards that make your evolutions and whatever faster. Trainings, get rid of them. Scrambles, get rid of them. Cards like HPD, get rid of them. And stop printing them, because they improve the speed unnaturally of evolving. And if the whole point of Digimon is to digivolve, it should be a task. It shouldn't be an easy bake oven combo 1, 2, 3. I have my level 7 in turn 2. No, it should not be like that. Those cards, for the sake of speed, need to go and stop being printed. And lastly, number 3, these OTK machines have to fucking disappear. Like, BT4 Ancient Greymon was just a tipping point, I'll tell you right now. Having a card that can do 5 checks with a Blitz Omni for game, that should never been printed. And I'm an Ancient Greymon fan, and I admit that. But so many other things should have never existed. Metagrumon X, no. Imperial stuff, no. Lugamon stuff, no. Adventure OTK, for a more recent example, no. Nothing, no. It should just stop, right? The cards that enable multiple attacks, the cards that enable multiple sec checks, especially when combined together, or things like a Gudamon that just burn your whole security away. No, they need to stop. It needs to cease, stop being printed, and they have to go. The ones that are here right now. That would help the game speed. If you're building a Digimon stack, it shouldn't be an easy bake combo oven combo. Easy bake oven combo. It should be thought-provoking. The stack you build shouldn't matter. It should not be able to end the game. It should be a back and forth, like how it was, I'd say, before BT9. Before hybrids. All right, section 2. Things Bandai could do now. Well, number 1, this is 2 parts. Number 1, Bandai can print more cards like Biting Crush and even BT5 Omnimon X Antibody. Cards that are on the board that say, when an opponent does X, you can do Y. We need just a bunch more of those cards. Negate attacks, play Digimon, maybe other things that would de-digivolve a Digimon, or things that would delete something when an opponent plays it. Or maybe a delay option that stops a search, or maybe a delay option that stops the Digivolution cost from being reduced, or something. Or a delay option that says this Digimon can't Digivolve for this turn, or whatever. The options are endless. I'm not going to go into them in today's video, but you can just implement a whole sorts of delay effects, and it's going to be fine. Like Biting Crush. I think Omnimon X Antibody is cool, but it really, you should be careful with stuff like that. Because if you give an Omnimon X, like, protection, like BT9 Greymon X or whatever, it's a fucking nightmare. Anyway, the other thing, and this now starts to transition into things I don't think Bandai should or would do unless they do it right. Bandai should not, what Bandai might do in the years to come is evolve on the ace concept. Aces are your interaction that exists when an opponent attacks. The problem with aces is that they're not real interaction. If you want to not deal with an ace, you blow up their Digimon on board and you call it a day. Then they can't interact with you anymore. So it's bad interaction. It shouldn't exist. What they should do is implement ace-like cards that are not just when an opponent attacks. Maybe an ace when an opponent evolves. Maybe an ace when an opponent plays a card. I don't know what you call it. I wouldn't call it aces. But, something you could evolve when an opponent does something else other than attack. Implement those and interact actually on your opponent's turn. Might help. There's problems with this. I'm not going to get about it in today's video, but there are problems with it, which is why I'm on the fence with it. Now we go into the third section. The 2 things that Bandai should not do at all. 1, because the game speed is increasing so fast, they might do a Yu-Gi-Oh! And implement hand traps. I see that opinion on the internet sometimes. No. Do not give us just generic hand traps. I don't want to be able to drop this Godamon from my hand to negate an attack or something. No. None of that. Nope. No hand traps. And the other thing that Bandai shouldn't do is rotation. No. 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 Rotation, while it won't kill Digimon, it will piss off a lot of people. And it might do irreparable damage until the new generation of Digimon players comes and buys product and whatever. Okay? Those are the cliff notes for this comment. I've spent 10 minutes on this. I've spent way too long on it, but it needs more time. If you want this video, let me know in the comments. I'll make it. But know that it's just my opinion. There's nothing objective about it. It's just shouting at the clouds, as some people would say. Moving along. Benjamin Wiseman. Good call on Fenglongmon. The card alone is very powerful. The deck is problematic because the divas are so expensive and have no protection. A new series of divas could make the deck relevant again. This is true. And some guy in the comment even says they have a Fanglong Ruin mode somewhere in the ether. So if that exists, well, maybe Fanglong support is due. So maybe you should invest in your Fanglong Mons now. Doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. That's why I suggested it. Rina Shinomiya. Val. Never knew BT14 Core was keep the sub $1 penny tier stock tier. I have a small stack of them. Thanks for informing us of that. You're welcome. I saw a post-ban list there, and it was exactly 3 copies of Levia for $13.75, $14, and $15. Snagged them days ago. Everything else was 20 plus. Shakamon is the only level 7 Sakuyamon they can use. D-Series Aegis-Dramon can be used for the wide board clear on play floodgating. It's true. You can also use Ruin mode. Because they only ban paired the Valor Arm versus the Talmon's Kuimon X, it doesn't solve the problem. They can't use Valor Arm anymore. Who cares? There are other level 7s you can play in the deck. Additionally, there are other level 7s that will be printed and could be abused by this. So, it's not a solution. It really isn't. I think down the road, Bandai will have to eliminate these cards. Chris J. I really don't see EX09 going up in price anytime soon. Without any not support and with the next 2 sets coming, I wouldn't be surprised if it drops more before then it ends up as somewhat of a dead set. This is completely plausible. This is completely something that could be true. It all depends on what way Bandai wants to go. But it has a few factors going for it. One factor is Alter S. If people keep playing Omnimon and they keep playing Alter S, it keeps this set relevant. Because people will crack the product just for Alter S. But, as mentioned, now the set has 90% DM pile related stuff. If they do ever redo the DM line and give more support, that's it. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what Bandai decides to do with their product. It's as simple as that. We won't know until we know. And then we'll know. Soldier First Class. Oh my gosh, Mario. I got love for you, bro, LOL. But you just had me laughing because you reminded me of something my fiance told me a couple days ago when we played Dead by Daylight. I accidentally quit the match before I could spectate to see who survived. And she says, oh my goodness, everybody escaped except for those who didn't. And I was like, babe, LOL. And I start laughing. And I was like, yeah, because those are like the only 2 options. Either you escape the trial or you die, LOL. You did the same thing. You were like, to be clear, you either liked the ban list, you were whatever about the ban list, or you hated the ban list. And I'm over here thinking about that moment with my fiance because I'm like, well, yeah, Mario, it's because those are like pretty much the only options. Haha. I don't know what to do with this comment. I included it because I thought it was just hilarious to see that, personality really does operate in a bubble, I guess. It's super interesting. I know nothing about Dead by Daylight, so I'm not even going to comment on the merits of that. But, it's nice to be relatable, I guess. It's a beautiful thing. Emperor Greymon. I get turned on from the hate. Mario, please, I'm having breakfast right now. Man, let me tell you, every time Ashes Fall comments, I just have a good time. It's always fun. It's always a laugh. It's just enjoyable. And whatever other hate exists out there. But he's the most prominent one. I love it a lot. Jeremy Cullen. 100% when BT9 dropped, the game went to a place it never came back from. LOL. I agree. I think this is the definitive cutting point. When Digimon was okay versus power creep exploding. I think BT9 was that set. When you had Metal Garurumon that could just do all your checks in one turn. Or Lord Greymon X did a lot of checks in one turn. And got like other X's as well. And like Grandis was there. And like, nah, it's too bad. That's that changed Digimon. And then I think BT14 was the next. This set changed Digimon, and it's just kind of been a shit show from there, in my opinion. Lanoche cannot deliver to Canada as usual. Were treated as crap. This is in relation to the premium product. I've been saying this. I will keep saying this. There are certain countries you can live in that you are more than fine playing the game, like the United States, which most of my viewers are. But countries like Canada, you're having a hard time playing Digimon right now. Things are getting more expensive. Product isn't available. It is a mess. It is a problem. It's a video for a different day. I'm not gonna go into another video topic on this comment video. I already did one, but it's truly, truly disgusting, and it sucks. Quartzman, funny enough, all I want is the app link and the new staples. Don't really need any of the other stuff, but the LTB does speak to me. It just goes to show you, I told you that people will love the app link, even though it's not for me, even though it's a waste of a spot, you know. If I pull app link over an Omnimon, I'm going to be pissed. The reason why is because app link will be the cheapest of the 4 cards that are featured of the premium product. But if I pull an Omnimon, I'll be very happy. It's just differing opinions, I suppose. That Jace kid. I'm swimming in local promo cards. Personally, the showcase cards don't appeal to me either, but I can see the value in them, except app link. The only cards that seem super worth it are Diaboro, Masti, Shoto, and Arisa. If they did cards other than the local promos that I received for 4 months straight, I'd be more enticed. See, that's the thing, right? This product exists for people that don't have locals. It's as simple as that. If you have locals, you'll find value in the cards that the Jace Kid mentioned. If you don't have locals, then this set is a true win for you because you'll get the cards that you can't get by playing on locals because you don't have a locals. So it's a win-win, you know what I mean? It's only good. It's just really good if you don't have locals. It's only good if you have locals. Quartzman did so good on the first comment, I gave him one more. You do a great service to this community. You probably don't hear it enough, but I just wanted to say thank you for doing the Digimon Market Watchers. I know it won't last forever, but it's appreciated. You're welcome. That's all I got. That's why I do them. We love to see it. Eddie, fun fact, you can still OTK with Sakuyamon with relative ease. Yes, we've tested it. We know. Sakuyamon is not going anywhere in this format. A little bit slower, sure, but it will still make some top cuts, let me tell you. It's still there. It's still there. The last comment today is from Skullwolf. You forgot EX6 Miri. That one is climbing again. Was climbing BT222 Miri announcement, but now the Mastermon is revealed. Hype for Mastermon is back. EX6 Miri going back up in price, and that means BT5 Godamon goes up because you run 2 to 4 in the Mastermon yellow build. Now you know why that one climbs. EX6 Miri is on the climb, absolutely, for sure. And you can play Godamon for sure in Mastermon, which is definitely part of the reason why it's going up in price. So, good analysis. That's it for today, everybody. Long enough, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you later. Bye!